More now on that report from the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission that shows Australians lost more than $3 billion to scammers last year. The ACCC says scammers are getting smarter and it's making a fresh call on banks to step up efforts to protect people. So how can you spot a scam and what precautions should you take before parting with your money? Here's cybersecurity expert and victim advocate Simon Smith. Simon, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. So among the many elements which stood out from this ACCC report is the increase on the year before, up 80%, and also that older people lost more to scams than any other group. What's your reaction to what the report has found?
I'm surprised, but I'm also, in a way, I'm kind of shocked in a way, because ultimately I'm seeing this every day. This has been kind of an alarm that's been sort of ringing for the last few years, but as you say, 80% year on year pretty much from here, it seems to be a bit of a upwinding trend, and now I think people should start to pay attention to it. It's pretty serious.
What are the most common scams around at the moment, Simon?
Well, we're seeing an increase of investment scams where people purport to be another company. Maybe they're buying bonds. Obviously, back in 2020, interest rates were low. People were thinking, oh yeah, we can try and get some better interest rates. And even though all the way through, it's still reasonably low, not that high. People were thinking, yeah, okay, I'll get a message from my bank. Maybe I should put some money away, just save it a little bit. And they're getting tricked into thinking that they're dealing with their bank when they're not. So they're dealing with, fake companies really that basically pretend to be real banks or real institutes.
But it is getting harder and harder, isn't it, to spot what's a scam and what isn't. You look at how sophisticated scammers have become. What are you seeing now?
Yeah, look, I think it's very hard, especially it doesn't help when you have your big tech companies like Facebook and Google promoting scam advertisements and actual paid advertisements. So it's hard for an everyday consumer to sort of put their guard up. It's very hard. So I guess some things that people can do is they can just sort of take a realistic approach and say, well, does it sound legit? Does it sound normal? Maybe I should ask my family, my friends. Maybe I should talk to my partner, my child, and just involve more of the family, because it's not normal to have somebody contacting you wanting to step you through a very big investment sort of approach. I mean, we don't get that quality of service from our banks now, so why would anyone think that that's normal?
So Simon, in your capacity as a private citizen and a bank customer, presumably, do you get communications that make you pause and wonder if they're the real thing or not?
Yeah, look, sometimes it is, you have to look twice, especially when it comes to SMSs, because in Australia, the telecommunication system doesn't actually block people from presenting to be a name of something that they're not. So it could come up as ANZ or CBA, and you would think, oh, okay, well, this is a legitimate text from my bank. But so I think those sorts of things, even I have to look twice at. But I guess people have to understand what is normal for my bank. Is it normal for my bank to actually contact me on SMS and get me to remotely log into something, or to give me a call and to give me that level of service? It's not really normal. So that's a red flag. And another thing that's a red flag is that people don't usually, you would assume that if you're depositing $1 million or you're making a really large investment, you would assume that you'd have some sort of direct contact with the people that you're dealing with. You wouldn't want to get something just randomly pop up in your WhatsApp or your Instagram feed and act on that. So I guess you have to ask, where did this lead come from? Do I know this person? Are they really a friend, or even the business they say they are?
So has it got to the point now then, Simon, where scammers are so good at what they do that it's unfair to make it all the responsibility of consumers not to fall for them, that it should be up to the banks to add extra layers of protection and checks before any money is transferred?
It's a bit of everything, Ros. I think scammers have got more brazen. Because the law enforcement in Australia is not so good when it comes to, I guess, stopping these scams. It's kind of, once it's done, it's kind of seen as done, especially if it smells international. Police don't tend to sort of want to chase it. So the sad reality is it's not getting better, it's getting a lot worse, and it's not a matter of just sort of accepting it. A lot of people just think, oh, I got scammed, I'm a victim, and I've told the police, I've gone and reported to the website, but the sad reality is there is so much more that can be done. And I think definitely, like the UK have, I think by having a name matching system where you can look at a BSB and account number and you can see the name on the account, I know in my experience that would probably have knocked out 50% of the scams, and this $3.1 billion would not be so high if we had something simple like that. Very easy.
Simon Smith, thank you.
Welcome.